Hey everyone, anybody watching yet? It's kind of in between times right now. Usually we go on a little later, like 9:30 last week. I said I was gonna start doing it at 8:45, but that didn't work. So if anybody's watching yet, make sure you say something. Let me know if you can hear me before we get all into this. I want to make sure you guys can hear me all right. But yeah, amazing fishing today. Can't wait to give you guys a report. It was really good. But yeah, just let me know you guys are here, and we'll kind of get started with it all. Um, some stuff, new stuff came in the store. We've got King Week going on. We had the Brawl last week, all sorts of things going on. But it's been a busy week in here. So yeah, it's been a fun week too. A lot of rods and reels going out the door this week. Hey guys, nice to see you on here. Hi Brian, Crystal, Nicholas, Mo, Stanley. Awesome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. But yeah, this morning was amazing fishing. I just had a customer give me a really good harbor report too, so we'll get into that. First, let's just talk about what's going on. We had the Brawl last weekend, the third leg of the Brawl. That went really well. We had 28 boats in that one. There was some good money won. Winning weight was 75 pounds, which was a great weight. I think we had 3 boats over. There was a little under 75, but I think we had 3 boats over 70. It was pretty incredible. So a lot to get into there. Hey, Nicholas, I'll get back to you on that. I saw your message. It's been a little busy so far. We'll figure out what's going on there with King Week. But yeah, it was a great Brawl. And now King Week's going to start on September 6th and go through the following 14th. That's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to have shore division, kayak division, boat division. If anybody's having problems signing up for that, just let me know. But you can go on LakeMichiganAngler.com, fill in the form. There's 2 forms on there for the Brawl. You go on the Brawl webpage, and below the Brawl sign up, there is the sign up for King Week. So, yeah, I'll let you. I'll get back to you on that one and maybe give you a direct link to it. But yeah, if anybody's having problems, just call me at the shop and we can get you in on there. But if you sign up on the Google form through the website, then I'll just shoot you a PayPal request for the entry fees, or you can pay me in cash in the store. So should be fun. Every year it goes pretty well. Hopefully we see more shore guys in it. The last couple of years, that shore division's been really wide open. So take advantage of it. I think we're going to have better fishing this year than last year for that king run. So based on what I've been seeing already, we're off to a pretty good start. We'll get into some new stuff that came in. Actually, I didn't even get it out of the boxes yet. Let's see what we have here. I got in a whole bunch of crocodiles. So here's the Wonder Bread glow, or they call it the mother of pearl. We got some of those. We got other colors. I had one around here somewhere, but again, I didn't even get it out of the box yet. They just came in a couple days ago, but I've been spooling reels non-stop. We got in some Thunder Sticks. These are some of my favorites. So we got the Glow Junior mixed veggie here. That's a killer. Let's look in this one. I didn't even look at what I grabbed. This Glow Wonder Bread with the chartreuse head. What else we have? Oh, more. Here's a new crocodile for the shop here. At least I don't think it's brand new for them, but new for us. This is the Glow Herring Aid right here. So another good one. So yeah, we're getting all geared up here for the King Run. What's in this box? Gold Nugget. So that was just a cool looking one. It's a gold blank with half fish scale prism tape on it. Actually, I really think that I ordered that one more for brown trout than kings, but that's definitely going to be a killer a little bit later in the fall for brown trout. I think that Glow Herring Aid will be good for kings and brown trout. Wow, what's this one here? Oh, the classic Glow Herringbone thunder stick. Like if you're fishing for kings and this isn't in your arsenal, it should be. Really, this is one of my all-time favorites right here. So what else came in this week? Oh, we got in some Nova floats, thinking ahead for the skein fishing. We got in bloop beads. We got in their fixed floats as well. Getting in more stuff for the fall run, a little bit less stuff for the kings. And I forgot one thing. I forgot to bring up the new convector. Do I have a new convector up here? Let's see. Oh, I got one right here. So here we have the new Okuma Convector. Pretty nice looking reel. Nice shiny finish. Just kind of got a little sparkle in the top of it there. Nice loud clicker on it. I know you guys love the clickers, especially on videos. But I have to say that if you don't like hearing a clicker, you don't really like salmon fishing. But yeah, here's a new convector. It's pretty nice. Nice smooth reel. They upgraded the drag on it. They put in an anti-fog lens on the line counter, so you don't have to worry about it fogging up early in the morning. Overall, nice reel. Right now I just have 45s and 55s. They are available online. We've already been spooling them up with copper for people, so it's been pretty good. Pretty good. Everyone that's seen them in person so far has liked them. So feel free to stop in the store, check them out, play with the clicker. They're pretty nice reels. And then for those that don't like change, we still have the old ones. Tried and true. You can't go wrong with it. So we have them both right now. Eventually, those older ones will start to thin out. Thank you. But yeah, come on in the store, check them out, order it online. They're available. That's really it. Is anybody out fishing right now? Anybody out fishing? Anybody have any fishing reports for anywhere? Like I said, I know there's some fish being caught from shore. The boat fishing was incredible this morning. At least for our area here, anywhere from Waukegan to Racine, I know it was really good fishing. So anybody fishing other parts of the lake, yeah, just let us know. Give us a fishing report. Or if you just have any fishing questions, happy to answer them for you guys. But yeah, we'll get into the Port Washington was brutal the last 2 days. Well, hopefully that means there's more fish coming your way, because there's a lot down here right now. And a lot of times that means that they're going to come your way pretty soon. We've got kind of like 3 different batches of fish in 3 different areas right now. And there's still some young fish, and there's still some cohos, and there's still some steelhead. So a lot of times those fish will start moving your way when they're down here. So hopefully that picks up there. Otherwise, you're always more than welcome to make the trip down here, or at least all the way down to Racine. I haven't had any reports from Milwaukee this week. So if anybody's been fishing Milwaukee, I'd love to hear your fishing report, whether it's from shore or out deep. So yeah, let us know. But yeah, I'll get into our fishing report for this morning. We set lines at 4:30. It was a little bit of a grind. We had a fish hit about a half hour into it, and I lost it. It was a big fish on a wire diver. It pulled out 300 feet of line before I lost that one. And then we went another half hour without a bite, and then we tripled up. And after that, it was just constant action. We tripled up. Phil was stuck fighting the last fish of the triple on a 300 copper in pouring rain. So we had like this quick storm come through. There wasn't any lightning or anything, but it was just downpouring on us. And we got that fish in the boat, and it was a little bit chaotic. So we just kept the long lines out of the water for a bit and turned around and kind of figured out what was going on. And then we turned back to the north again, and it was just game on after that. At one point we had 6 fish, like all 6 of our rods had fish on it. We had fish flopping around. It was probably the biggest fish of the year. We had a big dark king, the one that was in the thumbnail for this video. That was about 20 pounds. The biggest fish that we've landed in our boat this year for sure. That one hit a 11-inch white paddle right here with a Fremunda frog fly on it, and that was our best rod. So that was down 80 feet on downrigger. We had the cold water break about 60 down, and we had a lot of fish in that 60-foot down area. But everything got bit. The only lure change we made is that we had a different flasher on before this one, and then we switched to this. And this every line got bit more than once, but this one was probably bit 5 or 6 times. So we caught our limit. We threw back 3 that we shook off, and we lost 5 or 6 more fish. It was pretty steady action. The only time it died down is when we got pushed out into too deep of water. So once we got into the 120s, it was we just weren't doing as well out there. Most of our action was in like the 100, 110, 115 in that area. So we turned back in. It was a little sloppy out there. We had waves from the south and from the west. Wind was blowing pretty good. So it was actually very difficult to get a good troll. All the lines just looked terrible the whole time, but didn't seem to matter. They were biting pretty good. We had what were we doing? We had turned around and then doubled up again and then doubled up again. It's like every time you got a fish, you got another fish. So wire divers with the white spin doctor bullfrog fly. The other one had the white pearl troll with a glow frog fly. We had a T-dub on the SWR down 50. We had 200 copper with alien breath, and then 300 copper with Happy Meal, and everything was bit multiple times. So anywhere from 80 to 115 feet of water was loaded with fish. We even had fish while we were pulling lines, pulling in the coppers. Fish were hitting those. That happened twice. So if you're not fishing, you need to get out there and fish. It was really, really good. So definitely, they weren't picky today. It was a lot of fun. Definitely my best trip of the year. That many bites in such a short period of time. It was really good. And some of our biggest fish. And see, so out of the 10 we kept, we had one coho and one steelhead. The rest were kings. And we lost another coho. And every other fish that we lost, I'm pretty sure, was a king as well. So, yeah, great day. Now, I just had a customer come in here. He was fishing in Waukegan, and he had a couple kings in his kayak yesterday. So it is time to get out there and cast from shore, get out in your kayak, fish the harbors as well. I didn't get any shore reports from Kenosha or Racine the last 2 days, or at least yesterday. But if they had a couple in Waukegan, you know they're further north as well. So the shore guys should be out there putting in the time and putting in those casts, because it's definitely time to catch those fish. And with the forecast coming up, we've got some pretty good winds coming. I think you're going to see that shore water cooling off. So, yeah, get your shore gear together. Get your P-line laser minnows, your KO wobblers, your Castmasters. Last night he said he was catching them on reef runners already. He was using the algae bloom color reef runner. So get those. And yeah, and again, if you need replacement hooks for your reef runners and your casting spoons, I just got in some owners here. I also got in the torpedo treble hooks, and we've got more Gamakatsus just came in. I forgot about that. So that's really all I have for you. Unless you guys have some fishing questions or anything else you guys want to talk about, just let me know. I'll give you a couple seconds to kind of ask some questions. Hey, Brian, good luck tomorrow. Good luck to you, Matthew. Mo says, what can I throw from the pier for them kings? Well, you don't need a ton of different stuff for catching kings from shore. Just a handful of spoons. To me, the most important one is going to be a 3/4 ounce glow green KO wobbler. It's good. You got to have that one. If you don't have one of those, that's always the first one that you should buy. Have a jigging spoon like a P-line laser minnow or a glow Castmaster, and then have either a crocodile or a Cleo. Those are what I'm going to start the season off with. One thing that a lot of people you don't see cast as much as they used to a few years ago, but still works, are the darter heads with gulp minnows or flukes, like the 3/8 inch gulp minnow with the pearl, or I'm sorry, the 3/8 ounce darter head. Gamakatsu darter head is the best one with a pearl 4-inch minnow or a 5-inch fluke. Any of those are really, really good baits to throw, especially early on the run when they're still kind of feeding a little bit. But then once the run gets on, the crankbaits start to shine. And you can definitely catch them on crankbaits like the reef runners and the thundersticks. Obviously, my customer already did. But they're a little harder from shore. They just don't cast quite as well. And when you're on shore this early in the run, typically it's more important to get a long cast. So the spoons obviously cast much further than the crankbaits. But once we get maybe like 2 weeks into it, once we get a little bit past maybe probably like during King Week, that crankbait bite is going to pick up a little bit, and you won't need to cast quite as far. Like there'll be more fish in the harbor, so just getting distance isn't quite as vital to getting bites, and that's when the crankbaits really shine for the shore fishermen. Gold and Silver says he's going to Montrose tomorrow morning. Good luck. I heard there was a few fish caught down there already. That says, do you have replacement lithium fish hawks? I do. I just got them in. I only have 2 of each, one for the 2 pros and 2 ultras. That's all I was able to get. So yeah, if you need them, I know you said you're going to be around tomorrow. Don't be afraid to just call and prepay or order online for in-store pickup. And that goes for anything you might need, but that's a very limited supply for those things. So definitely don't wait long to get them. They've been really hard to get this year. Let's see here. What would you use to jig for Lakers? That same darter head setup with the Galt Minnow would be a good bet. Big Cast Masters are good. The P-Line Laserman, all the same stuff we jig for Kings will work for Lakers. And depending on where you are, sometimes big tubes as well, like big 3 or 4 inch tubes with really heavy jig heads. That works as well. How deep were you finding them? Today was 90 to 115. It was on fire. I think you can catch them a little bit inside of that. We started in a little bit inside of that, but I think we just started too early. Like the fish just weren't biting quite yet. Really after 5:15 is when most of the action happened. If a small boat guy in the tourney has too rough of water, can he fish from shore on the bad days and still enter in on a boat entry? In the past, we did not let people do that. Because to be honest with you, if you're in the King Week, you can always fish inside the harbor in your boat anyways. And we just try to keep it as simple as possible and not have those gray areas. So it's part of the reason we have King Week during that week is like there's always a way to get out of the rough water. Does Rain-X help keep dew from forming and reforming on your windshield in the morning? Yeah, a little bit. Sometimes it just happens no matter what, though. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap it up unless there's any other questions out there. Good luck fishing. I hope you guys get out because it was really good. You need to take advantage of it. It was some of the best fishing I've had, and it was really good to hear about those fish being caught last night. If you are going out shore fishing, I highly recommend doing it at night. Out deeper, that bite extended. Like I said, we were pulling lines at 8 o'clock, and we were still getting bites. Lex says, what's the main thing you guys look for when trolling? I'm looking for cold water. That's going to be my first bet. And like around here, it's kind of easy because you just kind of set up on the hill, and if it's not there, it doesn't take too long to get out to a little bit deeper water. And obviously it's easier with a fish hawk on the boat because you can see those temperatures. But at the same time, we were marking the thermocline down like 60 feet. So we had a pretty good idea of where that thermocline was without the probe down there. We were really using the probe more today for speed because the water was pushing us all over the place. The lines were never out and straight. It was always off to this side, off to that side. And when we turned around, we had to really crank up the RPMs to keep going at a decent speed. So that was important. But yeah, the main thing I'm looking for when I'm king fishing is going to be bait or first water temperature, and then hopefully some bait and marks with that water temperature. But the main thing is the water temperature, because sometimes you have great days fishing, you're not even marking fish. We had bait near the bottom today, so that was good to see. But yeah, when we were able to stay in that zone where the fish were in that 110, 115, whatever, we were constantly marking fish and a little bit of bait near the bottom. Only at one time did we notice bait up at the top, but to be honest with you, most of the time we didn't really have the chance to look back at the screen because we were fighting fish. How deep will you run baits below the thermocline? Well, we'll start with some a little bit above it. some a little bit below it. And then our deepest bait today was, we had 2 down about 80 feet. We had a rigger down 80 feet, and our dipsy was probably, our mag dipsy was probably down 80 feet. So we were a little bit below it. We didn't feel like we needed to go any deeper than that. And obviously some fish came above it. So we're usually just kind of in that general area. Do you have any pier nets in stock? Right now, my longest net handle is 8 feet, but I do have some of the 17-foot 3-piece nuts on the way. It's probably going to be a week and a half before they're here, though. But it's a nice nut, and it's not super expensive. It gets the job done. So, yeah, that one's from Ranger. It has 2 extensions that comes with it. So it's a 3-piece net, and it goes all the way to 17 feet. I think it's like $140. It's not crazy expensive for a net that long. Yep. You are welcome. All right. Well, I'm going to let everybody go. I think that is actually the longest live stream I've done by myself. So that's pretty cool. If you guys need anything, call me at the shop. Send me an email. Usually calling is the best way to do it. But yeah, if you need anything, KO wobblers, Castmasters, moonshine casting spoons, thunder sticks, reef runners, flicker shad. We got everything for the fall run, including egg cures, because those fish have good eggs right now. So if you get them, you definitely need to cure those eggs right away. And we've got the Last Supper, which is one of my favorites. We've got all the Potski cures. We've got the Atlas cures and the other pro cures. So we can get you set up there. Looks like we've got a fishing report. Early morning yesterday, 4 for 6, Port Sheldon, 2 Coho and 2 Kings, depth 100, and landed 60 up to 30. Awesome. Thanks for the report. It's good to hear from you guys that are also fishing as well. So hopefully you get back out there and take advantage of the really good fishing. And like I said, if you're in an area that the fishing's not that great, just come to North Point here. It's a good launch, 10 lanes wide. There's rarely a line to wait in to launch. It's not an expensive launch. It's like $10, and you're in deep water fairly quick compared to some of the other areas. So take advantage of that as long as the fishing is as good as it is, because I can't imagine it falling off that much tomorrow. But I think what I saw today, last year at this time we had the really warm water. Like all the kings disappeared. It was like August 15th to the day, I think, was when we had the really bad north winds, and the warm water stacked up to like 200 feet. And it was pretty tough fishing after that. And we just couldn't get cold water to come into shore once that happened. So we're definitely in a different weather pattern this year. And I'm seeing a lot more kings around. It's the end of August, basically. And cold water isn't too far off. And those winds we have coming should bring in more. So we're in good shape. So shore guys should be excited. And with that, I'm going to let everybody go. But again, if you guys need anything, stop in the store, give me a call, order it online. I'm always happy to help. So have a good weekend, guys.